How are you guys doing? This is Ryan, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to talk about how my startup company survived the pandemic, and it was not easy, and we're not out of this thing yet, but I just want to share some entrepreneurial insights that may be helpful to other business owners or people that are thinking about starting their own businesses. So it's Saturday morning here, I gotta go run some work errands, so we're gonna do this vlog style, and I just need to tie up some loose ends, so I'll take you along for the day. Let's go. So if you guys don't know, I started a commercial kitchen equipment dealership and ice machine leasing business back in February. And yeah, that was right before the pandemic, and it has been extremely difficult to say the least. All the businesses I'm involved with have to deal with the restaurant industry, and I've been involved in the dish machine renting business and chemical business for many years now. So I wanted to expand upon that and add more services that I can offer to my customer base in South Florida. And I have to say the hospitality restaurant business was hit the hardest by the pandemic, to say the least. The chemical business I'm involved with dropped 90% in revenue from one week to the next. And so the first thing we really had to do when everything shut down was we had to save that business. So we had to get creative, and we were a chemical business, so I always sold hand sanitizer and other hygienic products, so that kind of gave us some breathing room to keep business going. But I had to go a time with, you know, drastic pay cuts and no money and things like that, and doing what I had to do to survive. And I gotta say, it was very difficult. I was selling hand sanitizer and face masks online, and you know, while you're getting kicked down, I still got reported to the DOJ for possibly price gouging items when I wasn't price gouging them. I'll put some things up here, just different advertisements, funny things. I was selling hand sanitizer and things from my porch, and I put a funny video of me like chugging a beer and saying, welcome to the new economy, this is what we're doing. But we were able to keep that business going, and right before that I bought in about $40,000 worth of ice machines to put in restaurants to rent, and we put them in, and then nobody paid their rent. So we had to get creative and find other ways to make money through our equipment dealership, and I started buying a lot of used equipment, because a lot of restaurants have been going out of business. And meanwhile, during all of this, while I was not making much money, I started driving delivery dudes at night to make extra income, because it was really just trying to survive and trying not to bleed all your money away. So, like, as you'll see in my back here, this morning I picked up a bunch of slicers. They came from Publix, which is a grocery chain down here. And we're in a market where people are looking for deals, and people are looking to liquidate that are getting out of the business, unfortunately, because the government is forcefully shutting down people and not really giving them a fighting chance, making it illegal for them to do business and lose their livelihood and everything they've invested in their life. And it's super sad that this is the way it is, and there's not really a lot of empathy towards it sometimes, especially by people that, you know, really endorse the lockdowns. Like, how can you lock down a business and not really offer any kind of softening thing to that, you know, like make sure there's a stimulus in place, or just have an open mind to a different way of attacking this pandemic, because in a lot of ways it's not fair. But I'm about to step into a sales meeting. This customer is looking for a used piece of equipment, then I'm heading over to my shop, and I'll see you guys over there. Guys, I'm here at the warehouse, just putting a little extra work on a Saturday, and yeah, the pandemic caused us all to have to get creative and work more. Actually, I want to see if I can show you something here. This is the letter I got from the DOJ for selling hand sanitizer and face masks for too much money, and they sent like pictures of me chugging a beer, like I said there. So yeah, guys, it really stung. You know, when I got that letter in the mail, it was just like insult to injury. It's like, you're shutting down my industry. You're trying to now make me a criminal for selling things at lower gross profit margins than what I sell normal items for. It was a real gut punch. So like, if you look over here, I gotta get this warehouse more organized, but I've been buying all kinds of equipment. And then I rented 2 satellite warehouses where I have a bunch of stuff in there, and we're moving it, we're selling it, you know? And also I've been hiring talent. You know, I've been hiring people that design and build restaurants in the area, and that's where a lot of the profits have gone. So the key to a startup is just always feeding it, always giving it more love. On this channel I talk a lot about stocks and dividends, but you really see when you're an operator, you really see how much better money is served inside the company than in shareholders' pockets. So we're over here selling things like hand sanitizer stands. I gotta bring this back to a customer, and just having to evolve with the new economy. So I'm just curious, what have you guys been able to do during the shutdown to help keep your business alive? Were you fearful of losing your business, losing your house, losing everything that you've worked your life to do? And you know, I found a way to do it, but I gotta say it was very psychologically tough to get through. You know, you go home, you look in your kids' faces that rely on you, and to me, it's always like the toughest thing when I'm having like a tough time with something in business. Like, you know, I get really inspired just by looking at these little humans, my children, that rely on me. So I use the equipment division of my company to make profit, and then with that money, I buy ice machines and I lease them to customers. So I'll show you over here. Let me walk through here, this inventory. So this week I bought over $25,000 in ice machines that I'm gonna make rental income. So people will rent them for me. I'll always make sure their ice machines are working, but I bought all this box, this box, this box, this box, that box over there, underneath there. A large restaurant in Fort Lauderdale needs a lot of different ice, and now when you're in the ice world, you learn a lot about different kinds of cubes, you know, flaked ice, crescent cubes, dice cubes, big rocks, full cubes, half cubes. Do you guys look at these things when you go out to drink? Do you like a nice ice cube, something like that? It's funny the little things that you pick up on industries when you're actually in them. So it's been a tough year, but I'm grateful that we've had growth and we've been able to attract good talent into our company. And of course, you know, I'm working insane hours, weekends, all that fun stuff. Sorry, I'm working as I'm talking. A customer of mine needs some product here in the weekend. It was a tough psychological thing, and you know, I'm working crazy hours. And I ask myself often, like, why? You know, why do you drive yourself crazy? Why do you sacrifice your time and efforts? And is the time worth it? Because you're sacrificing, you're taking your time away from something else that you could be doing. And me as a family person, like, it always hurts when I leave before my kids are awake and I come home and they're asleep. And honestly, it happens a few days a week for me. But for me, chasing this entrepreneurial venture, it's something that I just have to do for myself in my life. For me personally, not that there's anything wrong with a 9-to-5, and a lot of people love it. I just know my older self, if I'm fortunate to be older, would regret not taking chances on things. So that's one thing that like makes me do it. And then, you know, there's certain people that do things in life and it kind of fizzles and doesn't really become anything. And sometimes that happens to me as well, but I'm pretty persistent. But overall, then like you have to be honest with yourself. Like doing something like that to appease your future self, it's kind of your ego. And I try to keep my ego tamed. I think ego can be very dangerous. But we have this persona on how we view ourselves in the world. And right now, like, I've rolled the dice. You know, I employ people. And I'm really grateful that people will work for me and trust me. Like, one person was making really great money where he was and very stable. You know, I'm a startup over here, and he believed in me and took a shot on me. So I don't take that lightly, and it makes me feel really good inside that someone would do that for me. It's very gratifying. Then the other side of that is the fear. Like, so if I were to fear at something that I'm very grateful for, that would hurt a lot. If I were to fail, and I would lose this persona, and future people may not want to come and join me and try to build things with me. Losing that and having a reputation of not getting it done. I think about that a lot when I'm at my desk at 7, 8 o'clock at night, trying to make sure every day is as productive as possible. And I try to get a lot done in a day because this way I can be more productive the next day. I do believe in working long hours. Everyone knows, like, I'm a big fan of Elon Musk on here. You know, one thing he always said is that if you work 80 hours a week and your competition's only working 40 hours a week, you will accomplish in 6 months, which will take them a year to do. And of course, you have to be efficient, and we always try to find more ways to be efficient. And you need to hire more people, you need to create better systems and structures to be successful. And I just think it helps you get to where you want to go a little bit faster. Now, when you employ people, you really learn how much they value 5 o'clock. and that's perfectly fine, honestly. And one thing I really had to learn this year is that I may not always be the easiest person to work with or for, and I don't know if that's a tough pill to swallow, but I at least had to come to terms with everyone doesn't necessarily think the way I think. I would like the ability to inspire a little bit more. I don't know how good I am at that ability to inspire. I don't like try to in my day-to-day life. I just try to be the best version of myself, and if other people are attracted to that, that's the way things will play out. And I gotta say, I have attracted good people in my life. I have a great wife, I have a great family, I have great business partners, and I have a close group of friends. I don't have a ton of friends, but most of my friends are turning into people that I'm doing business with, which is pretty interesting. So let me finish loading up here. I'm gonna go drop something off, and then I'm gonna start working my way home. I gotta pick up more slicers actually too. I couldn't fit them all in the back of my van. But guys, let me know down in the comment section if you wanna see more entrepreneur life type of things. I feature it here and there on the channel, and I feel like my subscribers are kind of all in a variety of stock market investors, real estate, and I'm not sure how many business owners are on here too, but I feel like a lot of people can identify with the idea of wanting to own a business or something like that. So I do think the concept is kind of broad. And if you want to see more stuff like this, let me know in the comment section. And if you're enjoying the content, subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and also hit that notification bell so YouTube will notify you every time I upload a video. But let me get wrapped up here and on with the day. All right guys, I'm just wrapping up the day here, me and baby Hunter. That's pretty much what my business has been up to during the pandemic and how we survived, and here's Miles. And I just wanted to update you guys. Things are going well. 2021 looks optimistic. 2020 is a year that we'll never forget. And I just feel for all the other small business owners out there. So I hope you guys are all doing well. I appreciate any input. And as always, I'll see you in my next one. Hunter, you wanna say bye? Bye. Bye. Wait, bye. She might do it. Also, follow me on Instagram. I'll put my handle on the screen here, and we'll see you next time. We'll try bye one more time. Hunter, bye. Look at you. She's a little walker. Look at you go. Cute, you cute, you cute.